Hi my beautiful fellow queens, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Get Ready With Me. So I actually want to just sit down and do my makeup and talk to you because I realized we haven't done that in like forever. And I want to combine that with a first impression of the Munaza palette from Plush Tribe, which looks like this. And I just got that a couple days ago. And I only swatched it for, I just swatched one shade, this one here, for a video, a different video that I did. But I have not actually really used anything. So this is a first impression video and I just want to talk to you at the same time a little bit about something that is on my mind, okay? So I think for today's look I'm going to go a little bit more neutral for Leorah, even though I really want to go all over the place with this palette. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shade here, Micellar and Munaza, and probably Serengeti, and then maybe on the lid itself, maybe one of those light blue shimmers. I'm not yet settled on what I'm going to do on my lower lash line. We'll just figure that out as I go along. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and start, and then we'll see what happens. I actually changed my setup a little bit, and I'm going to, because I have my mirror here now. and let's see how it goes, okay? So what I wanted to talk to you about is love languages. And I have realized something. No, I have to work while I'm I have to work while I'm talking to you, otherwise I don't get anything done and then I'm going to be in trouble. Alright, so what I wanted to talk to you about is love languages, which is something that I'm learning right now, and something that I didn't even know that it existed. And I was talking to my best friend, and I know you're watching, my girl. I know you miss me, I miss you too, and I'm so glad you get to watch me. Anyhow, so she actually alerted me to the fact that there is such a thing as love languages, because she's extremely smart and she knows a lot about life, and I'm learning so much from her, and I'm so thankful that God has brought her into my life, because I don't know what I would do if she wouldn't be. Anyway, so I love you, girl. Anyhow, so I was talking to her about something in my life and that I didn't understand. This is not going to be a neutral look. Let's just face it. Let's just face that this is not going to be toned down at all. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. It's going to be good. I have the feeling that it's going to be good. So, we were talking about love languages. So, I had an occurrence ever since I have sort of... did you watch my video about my wedding anniversary in December? If you didn't, then I'll link it in the cards, because it sort of all of this started back then when at the end of the video I sort of rededicated my love and my devotion to my husband. Not that I wasn't dedicated to him before, but I think it's just a nice thing and an important thing to once in a while just, you know, consciously do that step. And for me to even do it publicly was like a huge deal. Anyway, but that doesn't mean that everything goes smoothly, right? That you always understand what the other one thinks, or you always, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? And this is not really only about being married or being a couple or someone like that. This also applies to your kids or even to your colleagues at work to a certain extent, or to your parents, you know. So if you're not married, like, you don't need to leave the video because that really applies to you too. That everybody has a love language, and especially now I'm going to translate into my life, because I'm talking about marriage. We all have to learn how to translate each other, and that is something that I had no idea in my 14 years of marriage, that this is something that I have to actually do. I just feel like now the more kids we had, and the more pressure came into our lives, and then it's not only having the kids, then when they start having problems at school, and then, you know, whatever, it's just a lot, and it's very, very hard to not lose each other in everyday life. And you know how everybody says, yeah, you have to have one evening in the week where you go out and you get a babysitter and you go on a date, sort of, you know. And I always thought, I know that sounds very good on paper, but I don't know how to make this work. I don't know. I don't have the time. I really don't. And I should have. I know it's important, blah, 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 but I couldn't make it work. So, and I always needed this feeling that I, in everyday life, without having these date nights, which by the way we have now, but without that I know that I'm loved. And my husband and I are really, really different. He is extremely smart and bright, and he's a very studied person, and I am okay. But I'm very bubbly, and I'm an artist, so that is a clash right there, you know. He can sit down and study and not talk to anyone for like the whole day. This is his happy zone, you know. If he could do that, that he would be extremely happy just doing that, and he can totally zone out and not realize anything that's going on around. So I'm just trying to show you the difference that people encounter in marriages, you know, because it's not like your clone that you're marrying. You're marrying a whole different person who brings a universe of his own with him into a marriage. So with all that being said, my husband is awesome, and he has been so super supportive in so many ways that like I can't even say. But I did not understand his love language until recently. And that sounds so weird, because we have been married now for 14 years, and I feel only now I'm starting to have subtitles to what he's actually saying, or what he means, or through the actions that he does, that he loves me so much, you know. And let me give you an example. I'll give you several examples. For example, just dropped my brush. For example, I am, and this is gonna sound really crazy, but that's the artist I am. I cannot eat from the same dishes every single day. That sounds crazy, I know, but we have dishes for breakfast, or for like our lunch and breakfast dishes, that are very colorful, and they're like blue plates and green plates and red plates and yellow plates and bowls and cups and whatever. Everything comes in 4 different colors, and you can either mix and match, or you can go completely solid and just have that one color. So my husband actually started to make an effort to read my mind. What color I need today, of what color dishes I want to eat off today. And I think this is awesome. I don't know anyone who does that. Because I need that. When I feel like I need to eat from green dishes today, which is very often, and he would put red dishes on my plate, I would take it away and switch it around. And before we started talking about our love languages, this could have come across as like an insulting action, you know. And I didn't mean it like this. It was just that I didn't feel the red. I wanted to have the green, or whatever color, you know. And I think this is gonna look awesome. Thank you, blush, right? Okay, so what I'm saying is, he has started to learn my love language, and I am starting to learn his love language. So his love language in this case is that he is making an effort to try to see how my mood is, and to figure out as a result of that, what color does she need? I think that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And another thing, for example, which I always thought, well, that's the least he can do, but it's not. Why should I take this for granted? Is that he constantly asks me, do you need something? Do you need more vegetables? Do you need me to, to pop by the supermarket and is there anything you need? Because if you don't know, I'm on a raw food diet and I need to constantly eat in order to get to my calories, like the amount of calories that I need to sustain my body and everything. And I really love this way of life and this way of eating. It has been super, super amazing for me and restored a lot of damage that I had done to my body while I was fat all those years. But and I'm not saying you should do that. It's like, do whatever you and your doctor figure out. I'm not like advertising to do that at all. Because it is hard though. It is hard and you have to be really committed to do this. This side looks better. This side looks really cool. And this is a little bit patchy right here. So let's just try to fix this because they're super buildable. So this is really, really amazing. Colors. Anyhow, so he asks me all the time, like several times a day, when he goes out anyway, is there anything you need? And just that he does that makes me feel so special. It makes me feel like he's taking care of things. And it's not like I sit there and just wait for stuff to fall into my lap. I'm working very hard, as is he. But when he goes out anyway, that he has that thought that, let me check if she needs anything, And because he knows that I get really nervous if I'm running low on something. I have a lot of issues there that I've also touched on in my weight loss story. And I just need to have a good amount of food always available to me, I need to eat like every 2 hours, So it's like feeding a baby. Anyhow, so I think this is awesome, and now I have learned that him doing that, this is his love language. He loves me by doing that and by caring for me and by even though he's super busy when he's like at work and just running out on an errand, I think. That he thinks about that and he tries to, give me everything I need. Or this whole thing with the YouTube channel, that he has made this possible, that I could have better equipment, and that even in the very beginning, when I had like 20 subscribers, that he went and he bought me this desk, and he believed in me like from the first second on, and I think this is awesome. And I guess I just want to say thank you, and I want to encourage all of you to find the love languages in your marriage or in your partnership or in your family or even at work, because we all have our love languages, and sometimes we just can't say I love you. Sometimes that would be inappropriate, Sometimes it's just saying I care for you and I really like you, or I'm so happy you're in my life. And that is, I think it is so important to read those messages that come like between the lines without anything being spoken. So that's basically, I think, what I wanted to say, that it is super important that we learn this and that we don't just like rush by that in our busy days and busy lives, because I think if we do, we actually do hurt people because they love us, And there's also you, because when I'm filming this last night, I met one of you in a shopping mall while I had gone out with my kids and my husband, and they were playing there in like a play corner kind of a thing, and my husband and I were actually like kidding around, and I was about to like take a cute picture of him goofing off. And then one of you, her name is Heather, she introduced herself. She said, Leorah, is that you? And then she introduced herself and said that, wow, I can't believe I meet you. And that was so amazing, you know. And then when I was driving home, my husband was driving, I was on the seat next to him, and I was just checking my messages, and I saw that she had posted on Facebook that she had just met me. And that was I said to my husband, I showed him the post, and I said, I don't believe this is happening. Like, people actually think that I am something, you know. So, and that is also love language, you know. This is your love language, and I so love this. I so love this. And there are love languages that are easier to read, and there are love languages that are like you have to look for them a little bit, but they are there. And that is basically what I wanted to share today. So I'm going to quickly finish off the look, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what I think about the palette. Okay, my ladies, I'm back with the finished look, and this is how it turned out, and I'm actually really, really loving this. Maybe I should zoom you in. If I can, always, like, I need to figure out the zoom, huh? So what do you think? I really love it. I'm gonna zoom you back out, and 1 second, I have to just look in the viewfinder to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm loving this. My first impression of this palette is that the mattes are amazing. I love them. I used this one, and this one. And I ended up on my lid doing a gradient between this one and this one till it then meets this one in the outer corner. On the bottom lash line, I used this blue eyeliner pencil from Pupa, which is amazing. I love this pop of color. Yeah, and then I blended it out with this one towards the bottom, and a tiny little bit of this red rust shade, I don't know, a tiny little bit. So this is how it is. Amazing. The shimmers needed some building up. They were not initially very bright, and they also look a little bit darker on my lid because I did not put, like, I didn't make a cut crease. I did not put any concealer or anything under that. So it sort of blended a little bit into the shades that I had on my lid already. But that was expected, and I did not want to be, like, I didn't want to have a cut crease. I wanted to have a more flowing into each other kind of a lovely look. Okay, so considering that this is how I go to do grocery shopping today, I think this is awesome. It's just good enough for grocery shopping. Besides that, I used my favorite highlighter, which is from Jade, from the Holographic palette, and this is this one, which is sort of a little bit into the peach, and I love that. I love to have highlighters that are like peachy, and this is the only one that I have that is sort of in that direction. It's not 100% what I'm looking for. I just want a real peachy, oh, that would be great, but okay, don't have that yet. And what else did I do? Let me just check. I put on some lashes, which are the Ardell Demi Wispies, which are way smaller than what I usually wear. It's, you know, more like a amplified natural look, which is okay. I think it still looks really, really nice. And overall, I'm really happy with the outcome. My lips look really, really dry and chappy. They are not. It's just because there is still a little bit of foundation on it, because I did not put any lipstick on, because why should I? I'm gonna eat breakfast now. I'm going to put on my lipstick after breakfast, right? So to wrap this up, I had a lot of fun. It was so much fun talking to you. I hope you enjoyed. And please, if you see me somewhere, if you see me today in the supermarket, please come and make yourself known to me, because I don't know who you are. So for the most part. So please come. And even like if I look like I'm not in the mood, that is usually just because I'm in my head. You know, I'm in thinking about something, or I don't know, dealing with something. But I promise you, if you come and you tell me that you are watching me on YouTube or you following me on Facebook, this is going to make my day. So if you want to make my day, then please please come and make yourself known, okay? Besides that, again, I love this palette. I totally recommend it, and I will of course do way more looks with this. This is really just a first impression using just 5 shades, so there is a lot more to work with, and I can't wait to, especially I really want to use the purple and the fuchsia. Very hard word for me, and like I want to do a lot also these dark blue shimmers. Oh, can't wait. Anyway, but for today's purposes, this is awesome, and I really loved how it worked, and it was a pleasure. And it was a pleasure to be with you, and if you're new here, then please consider to subscribe. That would be the right opportunity right now. And if you like the video, then please like it. And other than that, I just hope you all have an awesome day, and you go ahead and sparkle. And please remember, you're royalty no matter what you do, no matter what yeah, what makeup you wear, you are royalty. You have an invisible crown on your head, and let's remember that we all have our own love languages, and that we just need to sort of be receptive to, if we want other people to learn our love language, then we should also try to learn other people's love language. You know, it should sort of go both ways, and I think with time going on, we can create a better place here. So with all that being said, I hope you come back next time for my next video, and I love you so much. Up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.